Welcome back, everybody. This review, I'm going to be taking a look at a remake of, I think, a 1950s film. This one is more well known, much like how The Thing and Scarface are remakes, but their remakes are better or more popular, something along those lines. So the film I'm going to be talking about is the classic David Cronenberg film, The Fly. So, in case you don't know what The Fly is about, it's about a brilliant but eccentric scientist who begins to transform into a giant man-fly hybrid after one of his experiments goes horribly wrong. I think it was released at around the same, in the same decade as Videodrome. It's definitely a body horror type film, so you might find it odd that I'm putting it in this series, but there is an underlying romantic plot to it. It's very evident throughout the film. I'll touch a little bit on that in the review. So I'm gonna start off by saying that the opening credit sequence really reminds me of DNA sequencing, which kind of makes sense given the nature of the film. The transition to the first actual shot of the film is smooth, and it looks really cool, like how they achieved that match cut. One thing I noticed, that the first time Jeff Goldblum's character of Seth Brundle, the first appearance of him, like when you see his face, you can see that his eyes are kind of wider, almost bulging in a way. I saw that as an element that was foreshadowing his future transition into the Brundle fly. So the framing of the film is really good. The chemistry between Gina Davis and Jeff Goldblum feels really realistic. The cinematography is well done. The writing dialogue is believable. The visual effects, they're well executed, and in my opinion, they still hold up today, which I was kind of surprised because sometimes practical effects don't really hold up as well many years later. Some parts are funny. The transformation is spread out evenly throughout the film. It doesn't feel rushed or anything. I guess you could say the official moment he starts transforming or transitioning is the wound from this computer chip that he lays on accidentally. Yeah, it's spread perfectly throughout. Forget what the first transfer was, but it wasn't the monkey yet. I think the monkey was the second one. Editing was really well done. I like that. Like I said, it's a David Cronenberg film, so there's body horror elements. It's brilliant how they accomplished all that, executed it, and it looks gross, which I guess that's what they were going for, so it really worked out for them. The music fits perfectly with the individual scenes and stuff. Don't really have any issues about that. Like I kind of touched upon earlier, it's well paced and all the elements feel balanced. Goldblum's performance is perfect in this, and it's honestly very believable. You could definitely say that this is the body horror version of the fairy tale Beauty and the Beast, and I think they really live up to that, which is really cool. The final Brundlefly transformation, special effects they used, practical effects, were really well done. Like, it still kind of looks fake, but at the same time, it's like, it works. Does get a reaction of disgust. They were definitely going for it, and they got it. The film was well written. David Cronenberg did a great job directing it. You could probably find it anywhere, like YouTube. It's on YouTube, it's on Amazon. It's like one of those films that's kind of like everywhere. You could definitely get a DVD or Blu-ray copy of it, but that's not exactly where I watched it. I actually don't own the movie. I saw it on a streaming service that would seem kind of surprising. So I saw it on Disney Plus. I don't know how, why, yeah, I know why. It's Disney bought out Fox and Fox owns The Fly, but it just doesn't seem like a film you'd find on it. Like, I found these films on it too. The Hills Have Eyes remake and its sequel, which are some of the most brutal films I've seen so far. So it definitely still is surprising to see the films that are just so violent and gory on a family-friendly streaming service like Disney Plus. If I had to rate it, I would probably give it an 8.5. It's not a near perfect film, obviously. It does still hold up, so it still deserves like a high rating. Hope you enjoyed that review of The Fly. Be sure you like and subscribe for more films, going till the 14th this time. Now, I won't exactly touch on the topic of love in any of them, but each of these films, it's all different kinds. It's just interesting to see, so be sure you check out The Fly if you haven't already, and stay tuned for more.